Morning and welcome to our workshop for Monday and our roundup of the economic news and events expected this week and a quick review of what happened last week. For those of you who have been watching markets closely last week, following the US elections, no change. The reaction was quite extraordinary in some respects. We did not expect any positive reaction, although Wednesday morning the Europeans for some reason decided it was positive, but nothing had changed in the House of Representatives and the Senate, so the Republicans and Democrats were still at loggerheads, or potentially, and this fiscal cliff came back to haunt us. So an argument about this fiscal cliff or financial cliff, which is due to hit the markets on the 31st of December. It's basically simultaneous tax rises with reductions in government contracts and huge spending cuts. So a bit of a sort of a double whammy. This fiscal cliff will be in the headlines for the weeks to come until it's resolved. The suspicions are that it won't be resolved to the extent that they'll deal with the cliff. I think it might be a number of fiscal steps, or some people are talking about a fiscal bridge. The fact of the matter is it's a problem which is usually dealt with, like it is in Europe, by kicking the can down the road, this oft-used expression. Anyway, last week, as I said, we saw the Dow shed 313 points on Wednesday, which was biggest fall this year, actually, and from the peak. At one stage, we were due 50-60 higher on Wednesday, so that's almost a 400-point spin-off. Just extraordinary. Anyway, today, or this week, it's all focused on the Euro group. There's a big meeting in Brussels, which is attended by all 17 Euro member states, and it is about Greece. Well, actually not just Greece, but the focus is on Greece, and it's all to do with a battle to help avert this 5 billion default by Greece. The finance ministers hope they can prevent this default. It's a Greek bill redemption on November the 16th, which would actually be a sort of an accidental default, I guess, because certainly the Eurogroup are unlikely to ratify this 31.5 billion euro payment to Greece that's been frozen really all the way back to June. And it looks like, looking at the headlines that we've seen here, this is Reuters, no final decision on Greece today. There's a spokeswoman in Germany saying that it's unlikely to be approved because it has to be voted on in the Bundestag, which is the lower house in the German parliament, has to agree in advance. So it is something that is bugging the markets. FTSE, stock indices are generally picking up a little bit as we speak mid-morning, and I suspect following last week's falls that there will be a little bit of backing and filling, whereby following the sharp falls in equities and the rally in the dollar, that you might see a little bit of that reversed. But it is a little bit sort of on tenterhooks this morning. We do have slight reduction in liquidity today because it is the Veterans Day holiday. It's a federal holiday in the US where the banks and government agencies are shut. However, markets and businesses are all open today, but it will you will see a slight reduction in liquidity, and that could affect market activity as well, obviously. So the news or the events this week, let's just go to our Forex calendar. The key ones, well, we talked about the Eurogroup meeting today. Results come out sort of in various stages in press statements, etc. Tomorrow we have inflation report from in the UK, 2.3, so slight uptick from 2.2 the previous month, which was a big improvement from the 2.5 from the previous month. Then we have the ZEW economic sentiment indicator, which is still negative territory, but actually getting better slowly, and a slight improvement expected there as well. Wednesday we have our quarterly inflation report in the UK, which should give us a little more guidance towards what's going to happen regarding another round of quantitative easing, which is still very much on the cards. And then we got Mervyn King also speaking at the same time. Then we've got in the States retail sales out at 130, not as good as the previous month, but still up. PPI positive to the extent that it's a reduction in the 1.1 figure from October. And then we get on to retail sales in the UK on Thursday. And the important Philly Fed manufacturing index, one of the largest manufacturing states or federal districts, that's an important number to watch, 2.3 expected there. And then finally on Friday we have Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke talking. Sorry, this is Thursday, I do apologize, 6:20 in the evening. Other than that, it really is focus on the Greece austerity measures which were passed yesterday, but as to what progress the Euro finance ministers can make in their Eurogroup meeting today. But it is looking a little bit worrying. We're not out of the woods there at all yet. Keep listening, keep watching the news wires. Thanks so much. Good luck today, and we will speak with you all again on Thursday. Thanks.